Today we got Dr. Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme of Earth, taking on Phoenix. Who wins? Well, let's find out. Dr. Stephen Strange was once a gifted but egotistical surgeon who sought out the Ancient One to heal his hands after they were wounded in a car accident. Instead, the Ancient One trained him to become Master of the Mystic Arts and the Sorcerer Supreme of Earth. Now, being the Master of the Mystic Arts and the Sorcerer Supreme, Dr. Strange is obviously one of the most powerful sorcerers in the world. He uses mystical energy invoked by spells or incantations that allow him to project mystical energy as bolts, slashes, binds, or shields. He can manipulate the forces of the universe, manipulate matter and various forms of energy, and transmute and control elements. Dr. Strange can also open or seal portals to other realms, teleport or travel through dimensions, and he's even demonstrated control over dimensions and reality. He can turn intangible and invisible, project himself into the astral plane, communicate with the dead, manipulate dreams, summon supernatural beings, and he's demonstrated vast mental capabilities like telepathy and telekinesis. Dr. Strange can also channel the virtually limitless power of mystical and non-mystical beings, which has given rise to the saying that Dr. Strange is just as powerful as the god that he invokes. For instance, he's been able to call upon the powers of Sidorak, Agamotto, and Hogarth before. He's also quite capable of utilizing black magic, although Strange tends to do so under the most extreme circumstances. Then he also has a formidable arsenal of magical artifacts, most notably the Eye of Agamotto and the Cloak of Levitation. The cloak functions as a sort of third set of hands for Strange, allowing him to entangle opponents, fly, and levitate. It's also virtually indestructible, and has shielded him from attacks before. And the Eye of Agamotto is an artifact with many different uses, such as vastly enhancing his psychic powers, and allows for interdimensional travel, serves as a protective talisman, and is also an irresistible offensive weapon. And then in the other corner of Phoenix. A powerful cosmic entity, Phoenix is an immortal being representing all current and future life. It has at times chosen a host to live within, granting the vessel outstanding power, the power to create or destroy. Now the Phoenix has had various hosts, but the most well-known and frequent host is the mortal mutant Jean Grey. Phoenix can fire immensely powerful concussive force blast, and it can actually travel through time and space by collapsing itself from the inside, like a black hole, and then reforming at its destination. Phoenix can absorb many different forces of energy, ranging from the life force of a person to an entire sun. And since the source of all psionic energy, it has vast telepathic and telekinetic abilities, and is always looking for a host that was strong enough to bear its power, with Jean Grey being the most notable host. That's what we're going to run with. When Phoenix does enter its host, it allows the host to control all the matter on the subatomic scale, to the point where they can manipulate the entire universe. Jean can also generate endless amounts of energy, as well as absorb endless amounts of energy. She can exist in any environment without harm, create space-time warps, and even create separate timelines. On top of all that, her telepathic powers have been greatly enhanced to the point where they can actually become visible in the real world. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, Phoenix is obviously far more powerful, but that doesn't guarantee a victory for her. You see, even though she's already at full multiversal power from the start of the battle, this is what Strange does. He finds ways to defeat far more powerful opponents than he really has any right to. That's just what he does. And to make the fight even more interesting, we're going to be using classic Dr. Strange, the same guy who has defeated Dormammu multiple times and beat Galactus, Umar, and Zom. But the thing is, Strange usually has to have time to prepare beforehand in order to win fights against such high-level beings. He needs time to gather powerful magical items, research and cast mystical spells, and even invoke mystical beings to take down powerful threats. Like, that's actually how he defeated Umar, the sister of Dormammu. He couldn't at first, but then he caught up on Zom, who was a more powerful demon and scared Umar away. Then Zom kind of has a simple weakness, since all of his magical power is stored in his hair, so Strange was able to easily exploit that. So with prep, I'm sure Strange could come up with enough power from somewhere to defeat Phoenix, or even figure out a way to separate the Phoenix Force from Jean Grey and easily defeat her after that. But in a random encounter, how will the Sorcerer Supreme fare then? Well, he does have a lot of powerful spells in his arsenal that he can call upon, but Phoenix is more powerful. He's got a lot of mystical artifacts in his arsenal, but they won't do any good because they're not powerful enough to injure Phoenix. Because once again, Phoenix is just too powerful. That's really what it comes down to. Phoenix is essentially a multiversal level entity, and even though the Phoenix Force host isn't that powerful, Jean is more than enough for Strange to handle in a random encounter. Not only that, but she also has a few key assets that will help her to battle specifically against Strange. For starters, the Phoenix Force can break magical spells with ease, like when it undid the magical reality warp of Inferno and easily eradicated Scarlet Witch's spells that was supposed to be unbreakable. And while Strange's spells are more powerful than Wanda's, it still stands that Phoenix isn't vulnerable to magic and will probably be able to easily undo it. On top of that, one of Phoenix's primary powers are her telepathic powers, and she is without a doubt one of the most powerful telepaths in the universe. And really, Strange hasn't shown the durability to telepathic attacks to suggest that he can stand up to a telepathy. And while the Eye of Agamotto does provide some protection to telepathy, once again, Phoenix is one of the most powerful telepaths in the universe, and it's just too much for the Eye of Agamotto to stand up to. With time to prepare, Doctor Strange could pull out a victory, but in a random encounter, there's just too much for Strange to go up against and come out on top. Phoenix wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts, so sign off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe button. More videos just like this one every single day, and I'll see y'all next time.